Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
manobuddhyahaṅkāra cittāni nāhaṃ na ca śrotrajihve na ca ghrāṇanetre na ca vyoma bhūmir na tejo na vāyuḥ cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na ca prāṇasaṅjño na vai pañcavāyuḥ na va saptadhātur na va pañcakośaḥ na vākpāṇipādau na copasthapāyu cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na me dveşarāgau na me lobhamohau mado naiva me naiva mātsarya bhavah na dharmo na chartho na kamo na mokshah cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na punyam na papam na saukyam na dukkham na mantro na tirtham na veda na yajñah aham bhojanam naiva bhojyam na bhokta cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na me mrityu shankha na me jati bhedah pita naiva me naiva mata na janma na bandhur na mitram gurur naiva shishyah cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham aham nirvikalpo nirakārarūpaḥ vibhurvyāpya sarvatra sarvendriyanam sada me samatvam na muktirna bandhah cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham 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 śivo'ham
Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Here we are trying to study Nirvanashatkam. As we have repeated many times, Nirvanashatkam is a piece of writing by Bhagavan Bhashyakara, which can be taken both as a prakarana and a stotra. Whichever way we may take, it is a text for manana. There is no doubt in that. It is for manana. And each and every shloka in this Nirvanashatkam, a text consisting of 6 shlokas in praise of the self, Atman, it can either be expressions of inner experience by one of realization, or deep contemplations of a seeker. In both ways we can take. However, we have completed the first shloka. Now we can enter into the second shloka. That is, na ca prāṇasaṅjño na vai pañcavāyuḥ na va saptadhātur na va pañcakośaḥ na vākpāṇipādam na copasthapāyu cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham. Na ca prāṇasaṅjño na vai pañcavāyuḥ na va saptadhātur na va pañcakośaḥ na vākpāṇipādam na copasthapāyu cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham. Here there are 2 versions. One, na copasthapāyu. The other is na copasthapāyuḥ. Most famous version is na copasthapāyu. So it begins with na ca prāṇasaṅjñah. We can first break the shloka into its parts. Na ca prāṇasaṅjñah. Na Why pañcavāyuḥ na va saptadhātur na va pañcakośaḥ na vākpāṇipādam na cha copasthapāyu or na cha copasthapāyu cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham. So in all the shlokas, it is again and again repeated. Cidānandarūpaḥ aham śivo'ha aham śivo'ha. This repetition is for the purpose of manana, deep contemplation, or we can say it is to reinforce. It is to reinforce the truth. Because for the past so many years and so many lives, we were considering ourselves as body, mind, intellect, complex. I am this. I am Swami Chidananda Puri. I know that Swami Chidananda Puri is my name. It is my name, not me. My name is Swami Chidananda Puri. It is correct. But because of the false identifications with this body, I consider myself as Swami Chidananda Puri, and I would say I am Swami Chidananda Puri. There's a vast difference. But knowingly, because of these false identifications and so many superimpositions, even though I know Swami Chidananda Puri is a name given to this constitution. It is given by my guru. I know that. But even after knowing that, while I am in the transactional plane, I am saying and I am considering myself as I am Swami Chidananda Puri. So there is the force of the false identification or superimpositions, which I have done or I had been doing in all the past lives until now. And that I consciousness is that much strong. Even when I undergo Shastra studies, study of Vedanta, and sitting, contemplating, then a sort of clarity is coming. But even after having that clarity, after some time when I enters into the world and immersed in the activities of the world, it again comes. It again comes. That is why, while doing this contemplation, again and again, it is reinforced. Therefore, repeated. Cidānandarūpaḥ, aham śivaha, aham śivaha. I am not the body, mind, intellect complex or things connected with that. As I was identifying all the time, I am not that. But I am Chidanandarūpaḥ. I am of the nature of knowledge absolute and bliss absolute. This is my real nature. This is the reality. All other faculties, all other entities, which I am considering as myself, are those came from outside because of so many false identifications and so many superimpositions. My real nature is knowledge absolute, chit, because I am knowing all the time through all the states, Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. And my real nature is that of bliss absolute. Because I am loving me more than anything else. So Cidānandarūpaḥ. As we have seen in our last session, the meaning of Rupa, we cannot take it as a form, but we have to take as Rupyate anena iti. That is by which we can thought, or through which media, or how we can thought. Thought of what? Thought of the self. Rupyate anena. So I am Chidanandarūpaḥ. Therefore I am Shivaha. I am the most auspicious, above all the cycles of transmigration and all limitations connected with it. I am Shiva. I am not limited by time, space, or causation. That is my Shiva nature. So I am that. So it is being repeated in all shlokas. In every shloka, it is repeated. And to reach at that, I am negating all those adjuncts, all those upadhis with which I was identifying myself. So I am negating. So in the first place I am negating nacha prāṇasaṅjñah. Nacha prāṇasaṅjñah. Prāṇasaṅjñah means one who have the samjña, the name of prana. I am not prana. I am not prana. Here, just after saying I am na prana, na prāṇasaṅjño, there it is negated, I am not the 5 airs. Nacha pañcavāyuḥ. Vayu is air. Pañcavāyuḥ means 5 functions of air. I am not that. So normally, when we say or when we see the word prana in our shastras, the first impression we are having is, by the word prana, vital airs. Which is being inhaled and exhaled. That is meant. That is the vital prana. That is the meaning of prana. Yes, of course, that is correct. By the term prana, these 5 functions of vital air is meant. There is no doubt in that. But here, in the same line, just after saying I am not the pancha prana, no, I am not the prana, sorry, I am not the pancha is not there, I am not the prana. Just after saying that, it is said I am not the 5 functions of vital air. Nacha pañcavāyuḥ. So we have to see what is the meaning of prana here. Because if we take it as to mean in the normal sense, to mean the vital air or the vital airs, then there is no meaning in repeating nacha navai pañcavāyuḥ. So there is no meaning in that. Therefore, we have to find out what are the meanings of the shabda, the word prana. See, in the Vedanta Shastra, Vedanta literature, the term prana is having many meanings. Normally, when we use the term as pancha prana, it invariably means 5 functions of vital air, prana, apana, samana, vyana, and udana. About these 5 we can discuss later while we take the next shabda, nacha pañcavāyuḥ. While discussing that, we can take it. So now I'm not explaining that. And when we are using prana, the next meaning is the vital air. There is no 5 differentiations, 5 categories, or 5 functions. In toto, as a whole, we are taking the vital energy or vital air. vital air. That is the meaning of prana. Then there is another meaning. That is the vital energy within. The vital energy within, which we often call prana. The very life itself. When somebody dies, we say prana has gone. Prana has gone. That means he died. So their vital energy is meant. And in another sense, the self, the jivatma, the pratyagatma, is meant by the shabda prana, atma. The self, the jivatma. And see, in the highest sense of the term, the shabda prana is used to mean Paramatma, Brahma, the absolute reality on which everything else are residing or sustaining. So in all these senses, the term prana is used in our shastras. So here, as we are going to negate na vai pañcavāyuḥ, we need not take the prana shabda to mean 5 functions of vital air. That we need not take here. We can take the vital energy or the vital force, vital life force, or vital air, which is again being divided into 5. And we can take shabda prana to mean the jivatma. So we can take it to mean jivatma or the vital force or the vital air, which is in turn it becomes which is becoming to, or which is manifesting as 5. So I'm negating that. Even though for the purpose of discussing this sloka, this much is essential, or this much is enough. In both ways, this much is essential and this much is enough. Even though it is so, we have to remember that. In our Shastras, in the Vedanta, the Shabda Prana is used to mean Brahman, the absolute reality. For example, in the mantra like Yadidam kinja jagat sarvam prana ejadi nistridam mahat bhayam vajramudyadam ya etad vidur amrutaste bhavanti. Such a mantra is there. It says, Yadidam kinja jagat sarvam prana ejadi nisrudam. Jagat sarvam, the whole universe. Nisrudam, the manifested universe. That is all the universal phenomena, or the universe itself, which is manifested in name and form. This universe, sarvam, the whole universe, prana ejadi nisrudam, is moving in the prana. Not prana moving in the world, no. Prana is moving in the world, no. The world is, the universe is moving in the prana. Prane ejadi nisrudam. There, what is the meaning of prana? It is the very substratum of all manifestations. It is in that prana all the universal phenomena are staying or residing. So the meaning is Brahman. So the meaning is Brahman. And this mantra has come for a detailed discussion in the Brahma Sutra Bhashya of Bhagavan Bhashyakara. Atayeva pranaha. In that sutra, Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya, explains the meaning of prana in the highest sense is Brahman, the absolute reality. The mantra we have to remember, Yadidam kinja jagat sarvam prana ejati nisrudam. And in the Upanishad we can see mantras to mean prana as the vital force or vital energy. For example, there is a mantra, na pranena na apanena martyo jivati kaschana itarena tu jivanti yasmin netau upashritau. Na pranena na apanena martyo jivati kaschana. Kaschana martyaha na jivati. No human being is living, is sustaining by prana or apana. That is the meaning is we are staying here, we are living here, or we can live here not because of prana or apana. Not because of them we are living here. Itarena tu jivanti. Itarena. We are living because of itarena. By another. Because of another. We are living here. And who is this another? Yasmin etau upashritau. Yasmin etau upashritau. In whom Both these are staying, depending. So these two, that is prana and apana, are depending on him. And who is this he? That is Paramatma. That is the self. So there, the meaning of prana is vital force, or the functions as prana and apana. And it is said in another Upanishad that there is somebody within who is raising prana upward and who is pressing apana downwards. Urdhvam prana munnayati apanam pratyagasyati madhye vamanamasinam vishve deva upasate. That is the mantra. Urdhvam prana munnayati. Unnayati means leading upward. We can say pushing upward. The real meaning is leading upward. Unnayati. Urdhvam prana munnayati. Leading prana upward. And apanam pratyagasyati. Pratyagasyati means pressing down, throwing down. Hum apanam. So there is somebody in between this, that is in the middle part. He is doing this work of leading prana upward and pushing apana downwards. And who is that? Madhye vamanamasinam. Vamana is sitting in the middle. Vamana is one who is to be worshipped. Pujyam. Him, all the devatas, all the deities in this body, they are worshipping. Vishve deva upasate. All the devas are worshipping. So there, the meaning of prana is one function of vital air, because it is working upward and apana is working downward. So, like this, so many mantras are there in the Upanishads dealing with or using the term prana. All these mantras differs in their meaning of prana. So the highest meaning is Brahman, the Paramatman, that we cannot take here because we are negating, I am not that. So that meaning cannot be taken here. So here we will take, or we will have to take the meaning, the vital force or the vital energy or the jivatma. I am not that. So nacha prāṇasaṅjño. That is the first word of negation. Nacha prāṇasaṅjño. Na vai pañcavāyuḥ. Na vai pañcavāyuḥ. the Shabda why is used to show doubtlessness. I am sure, surely, there is no doubt. So we can translate as verily. Na pañcavāyuḥ. I am not the five functions of vital air. That is prana, the vital air, or the vital energy within the body is manifested in many, many ways. Mainly, there are five functions of prana. Mainly, five functions of prana are there. And of course, sub-pranas are there, upapranas. So what are the main functions of prana? They are prana, apana, samana, udana, and vyana. Actually, these are not different. Prana is one vital force or one vital energy. But according to the functions and parts or places it occupies, it is categorized into five. So while we are doing this categorization, we have to understand that actually there are no five. There is only one prana. But according to function, it is having or it is doing, and the place or part it is occupying, we are dividing. And they are prana, apana, samana, udana, and vyana. Here, just try to see the greatness of Samskrita Bhasha. The very name itself shows what it is doing, and where it is residing, all these things. That is the greatness of Samskrita. Here, all these five shabdas are coming from one single root, dhatu. That is ana cheshtayam. Ana. The meaning of ana, dhatu, ana is cheshtayam. To work. To act. Cheshta means work, act, deed. Yes. And when the prefixes pra and a comes, it will become pra plus a plus ana. Pra plus a will become pra plus ana. Pra plus ana, prana. Nakara will become nakara because of pra. That is the rebha in the pra. Rebha is the syllable ra. So because of that ra, there na will become na. So what will be the meaning? Prakarshena asamandad aniti iti prana. Prakarshena. Prakarshena means in the best way. In the best way. A means everywhere or always. And the root ana, act. So what is always acting? In the best way, making all other parts of the body, all limbs of the body, and all other pranas active. What is making that? Who is the leader of all pranas? Who is the prime prana? That is prana. And then there is apana. The shabda has come from the same dhatu, ana, but the prefixes changes. When it is apa plus a plus ana. Apa plus a plus ana. So the prefix a is the same in all this. Apa is something connected with down. So, which is acting downside or downward, that is apana. Main location of prana is above our throat or our neck. That is all this head is the place where prana is functioning. That is the headquarters. And apana, it is downside our stomach. That is in the navel part. And it is responsible for excretion. It is cleaning the body. So to cleanse the body, it is working. And in between these two, samana is occupying. Samana is sama plus a plus ana. One who is acting sama in the best way. It is responsible for digestion. It is responsible for assimilation. It is responsible for burning of the fire in the stomach. That is udaragni. There is a fire pit within our stomach, and there is fire that called Vaishwanaragni or Udaragni. And for the fire to burn, air must be there. And that air which is helping the fire of Udaragni is samana. And there is vyana. Vyana is that function which is spread all over the body, everywhere. There is not a single microscopic point in this body devoid of vyana. Not even an organic cell is there without vyana. In all the organic cells we are having, vyana is there. So vyana is entering into each and every organic cell. In the Prashnopanishad, it is said there are 72 crores, 72 lakh, 10,201 nadis in this body. Nadis are subtle parts of vital energy. Subtle parts. Nadis are not the gross veins. No. Nadis are not even the neurons. But nadis are the pathways of energy flowing. So in our body, there are 101 important nadis. Shatam chaika hridayasya nadyaha. So says the Upanishads. Shatam chaika, 101. And for all these nadis, there are sub-nadis. And sub-nadis are 100 each for all these nadis. For every nadi, there are 100 sub-nadis. So 10,100 sub-nadis are there. And for all these sub-nadis, there are branch nadis, pratishakha nadi. So nadi, mukhya nadi, shakha nadi, and pratishakha nadi. There are 72,000 pratishakha nadis for every sub-nadis. So 10,100 into 72,000. 10,100 into 72,000. That means there are 72 crore, 72 lakh pratishakha nadis. Add the shakha nadis. then there are 72 crores, 72 lakh, 10,100. Then again add the main nadis, 101. Then there are 72 crores, 72 lakh, 10,201. Through all these nadis, Vyana is working. It is moving. And therefore, it reaches each and every part, each and every organic cell in this body. Then there is Udana. Udana is more like a reserve force. In the day-to-day activities, it don't have that much duty. There may be, we do not know, there may be some duties, but no main duty is there. But it is there, like a reserve force which is waiting for its duty to perform. That is, while the jiva shift this body, that is, discard this body and take all the samskaras from this body, packed, and goes to the next, or accept the next, then this Udana is the carrier of all the samskaras. Udana is the carrier of all the samskaras. And Udana is responsible for this shifting process. So, one single prana is again categorized into 5 as per the functions it is doing, or the place or parts it is occupying. And accordingly, there are different names also. And of course, there are upapranas, that is sub-pranas, working like assistants. They are assisting these pranas. They are Devadatta, Dhananjaya, Naga, Kurma, and Krikara. Naga, Kurma, Krikara, Devadatta, and Dhananjaya. These are the 5 sub-pranas. So, I am understanding that I am not these pranas. These pranas are working for me, these pranas are working under me. These pranas are working for the sake of me, on behalf of me, not the prana. I am not the prana. So here, it is being negated, na vai pañcavāyuḥ. So, na ca prāṇasaṅjño na vai pañcavāyuḥ. That is the first line of the second shloka. The rest we can discuss in our next sitting. Now, whatever questions or doubts you want to ask, you can ask. If I know, I will reply. Namaste.
The first question is from Dr. Kamalaji. Please unmute and ask.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
See, when about the nadis, so the nadis, can it represent our circulatory system as well as the nervous system in our body? Because there is no place in our body where there is no blood supply or the nerve supply. So whether we can take it that because it is all pervaded in the body actually, that way.
Yeah. Just like our netrendriya is working through the optic center in the brain and the nervous system connected with that, and physically with the eyes, this eyeball consisting of all these parts. So through this media, netrendriya is working or functioning. In the same way, we can say these nadis are working through or functioning through the nervous system. Because nervous system, minute nerves, they are reaching everywhere. They are reaching everywhere. So these nadis can be taken as the nervous system. But we have to understand that this functioning of vyana is not in the gross level, but in the subtle level, because the prana is subtle. But the carrier of that vyana can be taken as the nervous system. There is nothing wrong in that. And in our Marma Shastra, it is connected with the nervous system. Marma Shastra is connected with the nervous system. And it is connected with the marmas. Marmas are those spots where thousands of nadis are coming together. In every marma desha, thousands of nadis are coming together. And so there, the action of vyana will be more prominent and rather palpable there in the marma deshas. So of course we can take it as a neurosystem. There is nothing wrong in that. Namaste.
One more question along with this. What about the chakra, Swami? Can you just tell something about the chakras and the relation to the prana?
While these 5 functions of prana, they are working everywhere in this body, always. And vyana is working through all these nadis. And there are crores of nadis, as we have seen. There is one most important nadi, which is called Sushumna. Sushumna is the most important nadi in our body constitution. it reaches up to Brahmarantra. And through this, the most, what we call, not concentrated, it is not an apt use, the power, the vital power, the vital force, which makes the jiva here, because of which we are living here, that is moving. That is moving. And there are some centers, and these centers are called chakras. It is divided into two parts. One the lower and the other upper. Anahata is dividing these two. That is below the anahata, it is the lower, and above the anahata, it is the upper. So anahata is considered in the middle of our body. Middle of the body. And what are the lower parts? They are Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraka. And above this, there is the Anahata, and there is the Vishuddhi, Ajna, and above all this, there is Sahasrara. So from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, Sahasrara is the final point. So we cannot take it as a part. It is the whole. So below that there are 6 chakras. And these are some centers or some spots which we are considering as places where our vital jiva bhava, shakti, is moving through. But from a Vedantic standpoint, from the standpoint of Vedanta, there is no much relevance for this flowing of energy and these chakras and all. But we cannot negate, or we need not negate all these, because they are there. And we cannot see them physically. We cannot take them in the physical sense, because all these are that much subtle. But according to that Shastra, in Hatha Yoga, we are considering these chakras. And the very basis of Tantra Shastra itself is connected with these chakras. And see, the Tantra is actually Tantra is the science of manifesting or manifestation. That is how the subtlest form of our energy is moving up and manifesting as the fullest Paramatman or Parameshwara. That is a transformation. Transformation from a lower level of manifestation to the highest level of manifestation. So the Tantra Shastra considers both this Vikasa and Sankocha. Vikasa is going upward and Sankocha to its causal form. So both these aspects are there in the Tantra Shastra. And in that Shastra, consideration of or considering this chakra, that is having much relevance. But when we are looking from the standpoint of Vedanta, all these are connected with the manifestations, and all manifestations are in the realm of mithya or maya. But we have to understand that we are not negating, or we are not criticizing, or we are not evaluating any other shastras. All these shastras have their own place, their own worth. In the field of or the hierarchy of our shastras. All these shastras are necessary for different people staying in different stratas. But one way of analysis is not workable in another level. It is so in almost all branches of science. One scientist will approach one object through his eyes, while another scientist through his eyes. Both will be different. So we are not that much concerned with all these chakras. But the final state of the highest realization, it is the same everywhere. Because Tantra also shows becoming one with the Supreme. There is no difference of Shakti and Shiva in the Sahasrara Chakra. That is the highest realization, and it is non-dualism or non-dualistic experience, or something above experience. So there, the difference of Vedanta, difference of Tantra, difference of this, difference of that, all goes. But in the plane of analysis, all these differences are there, and they are considering these chakras and all. Whereas in the Vedanta, we are not giving that much that much relevance to these chakras and all. Namaste.
Namaste. Next question is from Gopakumar ji. Please unmute and ask.
Namaste ji. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste. Namaste.
Swamiji, this modern medicines symbol is actually taken from a Greek mythology called Caduceus. Does this have any connection with our Ida, Pingala, Sushumna? That's my question. So,
we had to have much research, or many researchers must come forward to have research works, to find out the commonalities in the different cultures of the world. There are much limitations now, because take the case of Mesopotamia, take the case of Egypt, take the case of Mayan, take the case of Inca. All these are extinct cultures. Still, there are some scopes for studies and research. But in the case of Greek, as many writings are there, and many ruins of temples and connected things are there. And actually, from Greek culture, so many things were exported to European countries. So what I am saying is, even now there are much scope for research works to find out great threads of commonalities. I am believing. Just understand, I am saying I am believing. I am not knowing, because such research works are yet to come. I am believing there are many common threads in all primitive cultures of the world. In our present day, we do not know much about other cultures, but about Greek culture, we know many things. And when we see the temple ruins of Greek and the sculptures there, and the existing temple parts, for example, of Athena, Athene and Apollo, we can see the same Tantra Shastra which was behind the construction of the temples here in Bharat. It was the same there also. That we can see. If it is so, the concept of the main nadi, Sushumna, and in the form of the movement of snakes, two snakes, Ida and Pingala, going in somewhat circular or wavular form. That is our concept. Ida and Pingala on two sides, moving just like two snakes in that wavular form. They are covering, they are protecting this Sushumna. So the same was the concept there, and it was taken to symbolize, or that symbol was taken or accepted by the system of medicine. And even now, we are using that symbol. All medical practitioners are using that symbol, knowingly or unknowingly. So that is from our vision, our standpoint. That is the standpoint of Bharata. I am not negating that Greek standpoint. Because of lack of knowledge, I am omitting that part. Because of lack of knowledge. From our point of view, the whole life force is a movement from the Mooladhara to the Sahasrara, and that life force is through the Sushumna, and on both sides, Ida and Pingala are there. The same concept is symbolized here also in the concept taken by medical science. So these similarities, not the similarities, the commonalities, we have to find out. And not only this, in different fields of science, different branches of life, different branches of science, different branches of life, how there were commonalities. What are the common factors? Those are uniting us together. Those things we have to find out, and for that, much research work has to be conducted. And if we are succeeding in finding out those commonalities, then we will realize the world is one. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Differences of America, differences of Africa, differences of Australia, Asia, all this will go. We are one. And realizing that common factor or the commonality or the common basis of all cultures, all nations, when we find out that, the onslaught that was given to the world culture by religions. Let me repeat, religions. That will be shown to the world. The world will realize that. So, there is a great scope for that research work. And we have to find out the common platform where all these world cultures will come together and unite. That is dharma, or we will realize that is dharma. So, let me conclude. There are common commonalities, and of course, the concept we have taken from Greek mythology is the same as the concept of Sushumna, Ida, and Pingala, as far as this aspect of this medical symbol is concerned. Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji.
I think now we can conclude.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
Shantam.
Namaste. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.